Welcome everyone to Las Vegas, where the bright lights of the Strip are even more spectacular on ESPN HD. Tonight it's the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. The offenses of Cal and BYU have feasted on opponents all year, turning defensive coordinators blue in the face. It'll be a blue Christmas for one of these teams. BYU must stop the dynamic duo of Marshawn, Lynch, and Justin Forsett. Cal's running backs have combined for more than 2,000 yards. Cal must contend with the right arm of John Beck. He's the leader of the prolific Cougar passing attack. ESPN's Bowl Road Trip continues tonight in Las Vegas. Welcome everyone to Sam Boyd Stadium on the outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada. This stadium sold out for the first time in the 14-year history of the Las Vegas Bowl as the BYU Cougars, with nearly 30,000 fans in-house, take on the Golden Bears of the University of California. It's an annual matchup of the Mountain West Conference against the Pac-10. Good evening, everybody, and happy holidays. I'm Sean McDonough along with Mike Godfrey. Delighted to have you with us. We'll be joined by Alex Flanagan in just a moment. And if you like offensive football, we should have an early holiday treat for you. These are two high-scoring clubs, each averaging right around 33 points per game. They do it with different styles. BYU, of course, long known as a great passing attack, and they're number 8 in the country this year, Mike, in passing offense.
Sean, a good matchup. BYU's going to spread Cal's defense out all over the football field. John Beck is a very good quarterback, thrown for 24 touchdown passes. Todd Watkins is a receiver you watch tonight. He's outstanding. And then Curtis Brown, the back, 44 receptions out of the backfield, also a 1,000-yard rusher.
They use a spread attack employed by Texas Tech in recent years. That was the offense that gave Cal so many problems last year in its bowl loss to the Red Raiders. Cal this year, 7-4. They've had some issues at quarterback, so they've leaned heavily on the run. In fact, they're 10th in the country in total rushing.
This is a good running football team. Now, BYU better stop this running game or it's going to be a long night. Cal's offensive line, very nasty, very tough. Marshawn Lynch, the running back, is exceptional. He's fast. He's powerful. Justin Forsett, a change of pace guy that'll come into the football game, a patient runner.
They have had issues at quarterback this season. Steve Levy will start tonight, making his second career start. He started the regular season finale against Stanford and led them to the win in their big game over their arch rival, but he'll be in the spotlight again tonight.
The reason he starts, he doesn't make mistakes. They run the football. He'll be asked to throw the football. He doesn't make mistakes.
BYU and Cal, it should be a very entertaining football game. We're delighted to have you with us. We'll have the opening kickoff in just a moment. Welcome back to Las Vegas. BYU in a bowl game for the first time since 2001 when they lost to Louisville in the Liberty Bowl. Cal in one of the best eras in school history in a bowl game now for the 3rd year in a row. Jared McLaughlin will kick off for the Cougars. Marcus O'Keefe is number 2. Marshawn Lynch number 10 back deep for the Golden Bears. And the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl is underway with a kickoff out of bounds. So it'll be great field position to begin for the Golden Bears. They'll take the ball at the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at the California starting lineup on offense. An outstanding line, particularly on the right side. Marvin Phillip is an All-American center. Ryan O'Callahan voted the best offensive lineman in the Pac-10 by the other players in the conference. Young wide receivers in Jackson and Jordan, and Lynch will be spelled by Forsett in the backfield. Swing pass by Levy out to Marshawn Lynch, and a big gainer for Cal on the first play from scrimmage all the way to the 43-yard line of BYU. That's a 22-yard gain for the Cougars defensively. Front 3 of Maddox, Payongo, and Peula. Lutker, Grote, Jensen, and Walkenhorst are the veteran linebackers. They call Jensen the general. He's the leader of the group. And in the 3-3-5 alignment, 5 members of the secondary, including Nate Solberg, who's battled through 2 broken arms this year. He's broken each arm in the course of the season. He's back in to play tonight. Now it's Robert Jordan on the near side. So Mike perhaps surprised. Cal leading heavily on the run most of the year, comes out throwing with the relatively new starter Steve Levy.
This is smart, Sean, because you figure BYU's going to load up against the run. You got safe throws for Steve Levy to get off to a good start.
Levy from Cornwall, New York. He went to high school across the state border in New Jersey at Don Bosco Prep, a traditional Jersey high school football power. Now to the run, and it's Lynch inside the 30-yard line. And the drive continues. Levy, a quick throw. He's sharp early. It's Robert Jordan again. And a late shove out of bounds and a flag. That was really dumb on the part of Justin Robinson. The play went to the 12-yard line, and the penalty will get them down near the 6.
Get frustrated early here. BYU, just not a smart play here. The final push by Robinson. Sean, this is what you want to do when you're playing a BYU football team. Keep the ball. Keep their offense on the sideline. Long drives, finish them off.
First down.
And we spoke with Bob Gregory, the defensive coordinator for Cal, about stopping this BYU offense that closely resembles the Texas Tech offense that annihilated Cal in the bowl game last year. He said, we're not going to change much. We're just going to lean on Coach Tedford and the offense to stay on the field longer, keep BYU off the field. This drive started at the Cal 35. They're at the BYU 6. It looked like the Cougars were offside. Marshawn Lynch drives down near the 2-yard line. And there is a flag. Looked like the Cougars were prematurely across the line. Gil Gelbke of Conference USA, the referee.
Up. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. It remains first down.
Looked like it was Quinn Gooch. Gil did not give the number, but it looked like Quinn Gooch, a defensive back who was up there in a blitz mode, offside.
Gooch comes from the outside too fast. Tried to time up the snap.
First and goal for the Golden Bears from the 3. Cal 7-4 in the regular season, 4-4 in the Pac-10. Lynch, that was easy. Touchdown, California. Well, if you wondered if the Pac-10 team would be fired up to be in the Las Vegas Bowl, there is the answer.
You know, the thing about this Cal football team, they're young. They are really one of the youngest football teams in the country. And that being said, they're going to be ready for this football game.
Tom Schneider to attempt the extra point, and it is good. An impressive opening drive. Nice balance of run and pass. They went 65 yards on a bowl road trip to score 7. We're back at the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. Mountain West against Pac-10 for the 5th year in a row. The two conferences have split the last 4 meetings with 2 wins apiece. Pac-10 on the board first here. An 8-play, 65-yard drive. It took just more than 3 minutes. And Steve Levy, the quarterback, a perfect 3 for 3. Marshawn Lynch scored the touchdown. David Loney kicks off into the end zone. It is muffed and then down. Beck throws to Nathan Nickel. And another good gain, about 9. He's very near another first down. Mickey Pimentel had the coverage for Cal.
You talked about it. It didn't look like BYU when they came out. They were poised enough. Now they've settled down. They're calling the plays, mixing the run and pass. Look a little better right now.
Yes, they do. 2nd and 1. Whoa, what a hit. Tahi got leveled by Greg Van Hoosen. And Husen is an art major, renowned within the team for his terrific painting and sculpting ability, and he splattered Tahi on the canvas that time.
Nobody blocked him.
Loss of a yard, 3rd down and 2. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Cal. John Beck out of the shotgun, had plenty of time, and is it caught? Yes, it is. Terrific catch by Todd Watkins along the far sideline with Tim Mixon in coverage. It's an 8-yard gain and a 1st down.
You talk about a big-time catch. Todd Watkins, 44 catches this year, 8 touchdowns, goes after the football well, reaches up, good concentration, comes down with the football.
Here's their 3rd leading receiver. Tight end Harleen, their leading receiver. The running back Brown, the number 2 receiver in this spread attack. Beck goes out of bounds. Ryan Foltz wisely backed off and did not hit Beck as he crossed the boundary after a 3-yard gain.
Sean, I did a game BYU. John Beck came into the game. The hot dog vendor pulled the plug on ESPN. We went dark. Mark Malone, I was doing the game. He was in for 3 plays, got sacked, fumbled, threw an interception. Power came back on. Nobody even knew he was in the game. He told me 2 weeks later, he said it was good that you pulled the plug.
2nd and 7. Quick pass to Nathan Nickel. A nice spin move to get the 1st down. Donnie McCleskey made the tackle, but it's 8 more on the completion to the junior from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Beck, a veteran starter, now a junior. Started 4 games as a true freshman in 2003. All but 1 start last year. And he has started every game this season and was first team all conference. 10th play of this drive. Nowhere to go. Finally checks it down to Nickel, and Nickel another good run after the catch. And it looks like they might give him the spot for the 1st down. Near the 38-yard line, Mickey Pimentel made the tackle. Nickel at 24 catches for the year entering tonight's game, and he's had 4 already tonight. There is Anna Beck, who is a freshman at BYU, John's sister, and a Cougarette. They are a BYU family. Him and his maternal grandmother, Barbara Dalton Farnsworth, who was in the Utah band as a clarinet player 55 years ago, has come across to the other side to cheer for BYU on 4th and short. Curtis Brown, based on that official running in from the near side, it looks like they're going to give him the 1st down. And it is a 1st down for BYU.
Sean, you talk about missions. BYU goes on missions. Their quarterback, John Beck, took a mission from 2000 to 2002. But the problem is when you're quarterback, you don't throw the football, you're not in competition, so it's tougher for a quarterback than an offensive or defensive lineman.
That's an LDS mission, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Curtis Brown stacked up for no gain. 62 players on this BYU team have gone on church missions. As you mentioned, Mike, Beck went to Portugal, so it's an older team. Many of the players 23, 24 years old, and that maturity has certainly paid dividends over the years, although it does take them a while when they come back from those missions to get back into football shape. Wahoo Tahi is in at running back. The final seconds of the first quarter. BYU starting to find some rhythm after a tough start. And another completion, this one to Matt Allen for a 1st down to the 24-yard line. 13 yards. Tim Mixon had the coverage.
When Lavelle Edwards was coaching BYU and Norm Child the offense, the wide receivers would make catches all the time. Here, Matt Allen, another good catch, bringing the ball in.
There's the legendary Lavelle Edwards, who put that football program on the map. for whom the stadium in Provo is now appropriately named. Things are looking up for Edwards and the Cougars. After one, California leads by 7. Welcome back to the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. After one quarter, California leads 7-0, but BYU started deep in its own territory on this drive. 5 first downs on the march. They've moved to the Cal 25-yard line, and they have it 1st and 10. Tahi is the running back. Jason Beck out of the shotgun. A 4-man rush. Beck runs straight up the middle and slides near another first down. Desmond Bishop nearby.
3-man pass rush by Cal. John Beck couldn't find a receiver. Lunchroom is back in the offensive line. John Beck tucks the ball up.
5 out of 6 on the drive for Beck. 5 penalties in the game already for BYU. Cal shows blitz. They bring pressure. The pass is caught by Curtis Brown inside the 5. Touchdown! Sixteenth touchdown of the year for Curtis Brown. His second TD reception. They're an extra point away from tying it up. And that's much more like the offense Cougar fans have seen all year. Engineered by John Beck. A 19-yard touchdown pass. 92-yard drive. Jared McLaughlin ties the game with the extra point. It took 6 minutes and 4 seconds, a long road trip, resulting in the tying score. Another trip to the end zone for Curtis Brown, who finished the regular season by having multiple touchdowns in 5 of their last 6 regular season games. Trying to help the Cougars to their first bowl win since they beat Kansas State in the '96 Cotton Bowl. Marshawn Lynch runs back the kickoff for Cal, and he's out to the 32-yard line. Gary Lovely made the tackle, 27-yard return. After the good kickoff return was Curtis Brown's dad, Herman, and the penalty, the ball out of midfield. Levy out throwing. DeSean Jackson got hugged down to the ground at the 44-yard line by Spencer White. Another veteran on the BYU defense. Senior playing in his last game. Said he assumed when he came to BYU with the great tradition. He played a lot of bowl games. This is his first bowl game. And right down the street from the campus in Orem, Utah. One of the 62 players who's returned from a church mission. Bronco Mendenhall said he's a great program guy. It's his first year on scholarship as a senior. Good cutback by Justin Forsett. He started the night with 962 rushing yards, 38 for 1,000 to give them a pair of 1,000-yard rushers in the same season. And that's a rarity.
Ron Gold talked about the running back coach, talked about the patient nature of Justin Forsett. He started outside, patient, waited for the hole to open, cut back inside.
Six-yard gain on that carry to Forsett. Levy going for a touchdown to Robert Jordan, and he could not hang on. There are flags down against Cale Buchanan, who interfered but probably saved a touchdown by doing so.
Now you're right. If Buchanan doesn't pull the arm of Robert Jordan, the band director hits the stick and says, instruments up, play the fight
Pass
song.
interference. Number 34 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
This was a well-thrown ball by Steve Levy.
No question about the call. That's a smart play. Now in the NFL they'd get that ball there at the 1-yard line, but in college football the 15-yard walk-off from the line, so it's at the 23. The penalty prevented a touchdown. Cal with more work to do. 7 penalties already against the Cougars. Marshawn Lynch, the running back. He got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Paul Walkenhorst. Another of these veteran players, 24 years old. He's married. He and his wife Angela are expecting a baby boy in May. They met at BYU. And he is the only player on the team who played in the 2001 Liberty Bowl, the last time they were in the bowl game. They have players who played in bowl games prior to that who left and went on missions and missed that Liberty Bowl. Lynch again. Breaks some tackles and now is going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Looked like Marshawn Lynch was dead at the line of scrimmage, but he bounced off some hits and went 23 yards to give Cal the lead again. Lynch, number 11 in the country this season in rushing yards per game at 117 per ball game. In a season bothered by injuries, he had a broken pinky that caused him to miss 2 games. He still rushed for more than 1,000 yards. Tom Schneider adds the extra point. And 3 minutes into the second quarter, the Golden Bears are back on top.
By the time this game's over, I'm going to say Cal's in the top 20 next year with all these young players. But by the time this game's over, I might move them up to 10th. Marshawn Lynch, 4 set to 2 running backs, a double dose of problems for BYU.
Well, I think they're easily going to be the top 15 in the country preseason team.
You are already moved them up 5 spots.
Maybe even the top 10. Hey, they were in the top 10 this year when they started out 5-0. No chance for Breon Jones to run back the kickoff. Two Reynolds brothers play side by side in that offensive line. They have another brother, Matt, who is signed to play at BYU and will join them after he finishes a church mission. Back in trouble, falling down as he throws. And no whistles, no sign of an incomplete pass. Abu Ma'afala put the hit on Beck, and I'm still not sure what the officials, apparently they're going to call it an incomplete pass. Jeff Tedford doesn't like it. Well, they are putting the ball back near the 5-yard line and ruling it an incomplete pass.
Jeff Tedford waiting for the replay here on the scoreboard.
Terrence Brown, a backup lineman in there trying to protect. Perhaps a break there for BYU. 2nd and 14. Beck gets rid of it quickly this time. Caught by Mickle. He's near the 12-yard line. They'll need 7 more for a first down. After a gain of 7, Harrison Smith another tackle.
What Cal's doing well is in the secondary when the catch is made by BYU. Mickle, Matt Allen, Todd Watkins are making tackles right away. No yards after the catch.
Saw Mickle have the number 84 written on his arm there. That's for Michael Reed, another wide receiver who has a hand injury and is unable to play tonight. 5 catches for Mickle. 3rd down and 7. Beck throws that time. Harleen hangs on and refuses to go down. Johnny Harleen all the way out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 25 as they convert on 3rd down and 7.
A good throw by John Beck. Harleen with a good catch, a leading receiver coming into this game with 56 catches. That ball was thrown on the mark.
He redshirted last year after he returned from a 2-year mission in New York City. What a great experience. That is my favorite city in the world. Spoke mostly Spanish while working in the neighborhoods of the boroughs of New York City. Watkins is wide open, and he caught it. Had to wait for the ball, or else it would have been a touchdown as he was behind the defense. They'll mark it at the 11-yard line, 54 yards on the play. You said, Mike, they should take a deep shot to Watkins. They listened and completed.
They beat Damian Hughes. Todd Watkins ran right by him. Made a good catch.
And a timeout called by Cal, trying to regroup. 30,000 or so BYU fans here and very excited. The average 8 penalties per game. They've already surpassed that in one half. Beck. Flash to the right, has some running room. He's across the 10 and out of bounds near the 5. Chased out by Desmond Bishop. 15-yard run by John Beck.
Smart play by John Beck. Everything collapses. He runs to the outside. Has pretty good speed.
The 6-yard line.
He's impressive, Mike. We've only seen him on tape. You've seen him in person. I had only seen him on tape. And he is impressive.
Good passer. Knows when to chuck it, when to run with the football.
2nd and 5 from the 6. Fahu Tahi down near the 3. Bring up 3rd down and 2 for a first down. 3 for a touchdown. A lot of pushing and shoving here after the play. Donnie McCleskey pushed back by his teammates. He's a senior playing in his last game. Robert Anai, offensive coordinator. Offensive lineman in 1984 when they won the national championship. What do you think you'll dial up here, Mike?
Give the ball to Tahi, the big back.
He's lined up directly behind John Beck. Arlene, the tight end, the motion man. It is Tahi. It is a touchdown. Fahu Tahi, his 6th rushing touchdown of the season, his 9th overall. We talk about how these players come and leave on missions and come back. He was their leading rusher in 1999. And as a freshman, he rushed for 445 yards. And then he went on a mission to Jacksonville, Florida. Redshirted after he came back from the mission in 2002. Wrapping up his career this year. His parents are from Tonga. The extra point good by Jared McLaughlin. And it's a tie game at 14. 38 seconds to go in the half. A 91-yard drive on 7 plays. The big play, the 54-yard bomb to Watkins. They needed just 3:15 to go to 91 yards.
If you haven't seen Nevada play, they have the pistol offense. Jeff Rowe, the quarterback, you'll like him.
Marcus O'Keefe runs back the kickoff. And after a juggling start, he brings it all the way back across the 40 to the 42. Johnny Harleen, the starting tight end on special teams, made the tackle. 38-yard return. And now the kind of field position with which they'll try to get something done. Unfortunately for Steve Levy and the Bears, they have no timeouts.
There's Jackson.
Levy after a long count. They blitz. Levy throws it deep, looking for Jordan. And it's over his head. Cale Buchanan in coverage. He had help from Quinn Gooch. They're playing without Casey Bills in their secondary. He's out with a herniated disc, and Bronco Mendenhall without a force in the middle of that defensive line. Mania Brown would ordinarily start in the middle of the three-man defensive front. He's out with a neck injury. He was second team All Mountain West Conference this year.
Talking to the coaches before the game, BYU, they said Mania Brown, they really needed him in this football game. Couldn't play.
He's been invited to some postseason All-Star games and likely won't be able to play in those either. Levy again throws. It is caught for a first down. 5 seconds to go. It's a touchdown. DeSean Jackson. Yards. Had BYU been able to tackle him, it would have been interesting. The clock would have stopped to move the chains, but then they would have had to hurry to do something with no timeouts left. Schneider adds the extra point. The kickoff return really hurt Bronco Mendenhall's team. He had to think if they could have just pinned them in a little bit deeper, Cal with no timeouts probably wouldn't have even tried to score.
Right. When you see DeSean Jackson, if you're coaching against him, you just hold your breath every time he goes for a route, because he is so good, so fast, that it's very difficult to stop him one-on-one. You almost have to double him.
We had thought a very entertaining half and plenty of offense. 35 points in the half between the two teams, and the touchdown by Jackson with 3 seconds to go in the half, the difference at the moment. The ESPN Bowl road trip continues here at the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. David Loney kicks off. And the Australian booms one through the back of the end zone. Eric McLaughlin to punt. And Tim Mixon, a dangerous return man, back deep for Cal. Bad kick. Well, you wonder if McLaughlin was hurt when he got roughed on the first kick of the night, because he hasn't had a good one since. That one's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. We're back at the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. First possession of the second half of Cal after a 26-yard punt. Steve Levy brings him right from the sideline over the ball. Marshawn Lynch, the running back. BYU blitzes. Lynch runs through it and has a first down. Out to the 47-yard line, 12 yards on the run. Here's Alex Flanagan.
Well, Sean, Cal came out running the ball, but expect them to throw it a little bit more. You heard Coach Tedford tell me at the top of this game that he wasn't going to change his game plan just because his quarterback was making only his second career start. He told me they were going to cut it loose. Well, in the first half, they threw the ball 9 times for 111 yards. Again, we'll expect them to do more in the second half. Tedford says he's very comfortable with how his quarterback is playing. Of course, Sean, one of his strengths is his leadership and poise.
He's a very confident young man, not in a cocky way. Markel Staferi with the play. Help from Vince Fayula to drop Lynch for a loss back inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Adding to what Alex reported, the secondary for BYU, not very stable. Had a lot of players missing in the secondary, so a lot of open receivers. DeSean Jackson is a touchdown ready to happen.
Well, it happened once. That's the big play of the game. The touchdown right before the half. 3 seconds to go. There he is again. And he nearly broke free and went the distance again. Spencer White, the last man with a chance to shove him out of bounds. It's a 20-yard gain to DeSean Jackson.
You just can't stop him. with one defensive back, Justin Robinson. He's so good, so fast, good hands.
BYU,
I'm going to read about him for a long time.
Southern California High School Player of the Year last year, selected by the Los Angeles Times with 60 catches and 15 touchdowns at Long Beach Poly. Levy dumps it off short, and Chris Mandarino fell down.
pass complete to
Short gain. We're going to mark the ball back at the 35, a pickup of 2. Be interesting what happens next year with the position at quarterback. Cal Steve Levy says he's not thinking at all about that. He just wants to do his part to help them win the game. But Nate Longshore was the starter at the beginning of this year. He won the competition, replaced Aaron Rodgers in preseason. Broke his leg in the first game. He'll be back. Joe Ayuk will also be back. He started 9 games after the injury. Marshawn Lynch. What an effort. Touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the night, this one from 35 yards out. Well, the tackling has been less than splendid tonight for BYU. The extra point coming from Tom Schneider. And it is good. So Cal capitalizes on the poor punt. Special teams, another area of difficulty tonight for the BYU Cougars. 5 plays, 65 yards to the final 35 from the fleet feet of Marshawn Lynch. It's the largest lead of the night for California. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Cal with its largest lead of the night. BYU has not led in the game. It's 28-14 following the 3rd touchdown of the night by Marshawn Lynch. He's now rushed for 118 yards, his 7th 100-yard game of the year, and he missed 2 games this season. Rayon Jones takes a knee. Again, less than ideal field position for BYU. John Beck said one of the things the players really appreciated this year with the coaching change to Bronco Mendenhall was the return to these traditional uniforms. They wore with so much success on the playing field for so many years. John Beck said, I grew up cheering for that uniform, loving that helmet. His dad, when he was a young boy, painted him a BYU helmet, much like this one that they've worn for so many years. And it meant a lot to the players. He said to a man, they appreciated the return to the traditional uniforms.
You talked about it early in the game when he was 8 years old. His dad tried to fix the TV and the radio to get the BYU games. Dream big dreams. Now he's a quarterback for this team.
He and his dad used to drive from their home in Arizona up to San Diego to watch all those holiday bowls that the Cougars were a fixture in for so long. Mickle found a seam in the defense, paid the price, but held on. Harrison Smith walloped him, but Nathan Mickle has a 12-yard gain and a 1st down. He's had a nice night.
If John Beck finds the opening here, sprints out, Mickle works back to his quarterback, John Beck. Mickle stays on the run, finds a little opening, and makes the catch. How'd you like to run into him?
They're coming after him. And a much better effort this time from McLaughlin. And they have a chance to down it and do inside the 5-yard line. Ryan Keel there to down it. A 45-yard punt. California with a 2-touchdown lead more than midway through the 3rd quarter. And they begin one of the few times tonight with poor field position at the 4-yard line. Marshawn Lynch. He's been running hard. But that terrific offensive line has done a very nice job for him all night long. That's a gain of 10 to get them quickly out of the hole.
right about the offensive line. Marvin Phillip, it all starts there at the center spot. Big guy, 6'2", 305 pounds. This guy's one of the best centers in the country.
Finalist for the Remington Trophy is the outstanding center in the country for the second year in a row. First team all Pac-10 center for the second year in a row. The teammates voted him the MVP of their offense. They almost got Lynch behind the line of scrimmage, and then he almost ran away again. Cale Buchanan managed to tackle him out of the 38-yard line. 24 yards on the run for Lynch. He might be heading for his career best night. His career high is 189 yards in a game.
Marshawn Lynch and Ron Gold, the offensive running back coach, they played checkers. They put the starting offensive lineup on, then they call a play. He puts a defensive lineup in, Marshawn Lynch, and then makes all the moves, blocks it all.
Robert Jordan, the wide receiver, took the handoff and slipped at the 41-yard line.
You know what happens, though, with Levy? The team buys in. They start to believe in him. They start to believe it doesn't matter what kind of arm you have or what kind of running style you have. You're a leader. And Steve Levy is a leader, doesn't rattle.
Throws on the flat, a dangerous throw. It got to DeSean Jackson. Again, terrible tackling by the Cougars. Jackson picks up some blocks. He's inside the 30 and spins out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 23-yard gain. When that ball was in the air, it looked like it might be picked off for a touchdown. But then another missed tackle, and away they go for 23 more.
I've seen a lot of receivers this year. This guy might be the best. DeSean Jackson has speed. Now, he's making BYU look bad. They're making missed tackles, but DeSean Jackson really he's fast.
5 catches, 108 yards for Jackson. Tackling, contributing to lots of yards after the catch for Cal. Levy has time. Levy going deep into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Jackson. A little slow to get up. You just wonder if he knocked the wind out of himself on the hard landing. Well, Levy had 2 men open in the end zone, and that was a beautiful throw and catch.
A good throw by Levy. DeSean Jackson, no answer for him tonight for BYU.
Well, you wonder if that's a catch, Mike, too.
Landed on the ball.
Yep. It looked like the ball was sliding down his belly a bit as he hit the ground. Has his arms under the ball. The ball slides down through his arms, and looks like it hit the ground to me. But
we're off. They're having a bad night.
Where Jack Vaughn is.
Yeah, one of us, or both of us. Not good.
So it's the second touchdown pass of the night for Levy. Second catch for Jackson.
I think Jack waits for us to say what we're going to do.
He can't hear us.
It goes different.
Maybe he does hear us, and he knows we don't know much. So if they think it was incomplete, it must be a catch. Regardless, a great effort by Jackson, and now a 21-point lead for Cal. We're back in Las Vegas at the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. Sellout crowd, most of them saddened at the moment by the developments. They're largely a pro-BYU crowd here tonight, but it's California that has scored in its last 3 possessions to take a 3-touchdown lead. David Loney with the kickoff. This one returnable for Breon Jones. And he brought it back to the 26-yard line. 6 rushes for Beck for 39 yards. BYU on the move, trying to get back in the football game here. Cal blitzes. It's dumped off short, and nickel tackled immediately by Harrison Smith.
That's the part of the football game tonight where Cal has won. Harrison Smith doesn't let receiver get away. Mickle.
So their tackling's been much better, particularly in the secondary. And that's to be expected. They have a better secondary than BYU, particularly given the injuries on the BYU side in the defensive backfield. 8th catch of the night for Mickle. They had 9 in their season opener against Boston College. Harleen gives the stiff arm to Smith and fumbled out of bounds, fortunately for the Cougars. Ball will be spotted near the 17-yard line. An 11-yard gain. Zach Follett, the freshman, knocked it out. It's the last play of the third quarter. A quarter dominated by California. The BYU is on the move as we head to the fourth. First and 10. BYU in dire need of a score on this drive. As the fourth quarter begins, Beck out of the shotgun. And throwing in the direction of Todd Watkins, out of bounds with a first down. Down to the 7-yard line. Tim Mixon had the coverage. That's a 12-yard gain for BYU.
And Todd Watkins has been quiet tonight. California has done a good job stopping the leading receiver of this BYU football team. This is a good throw on the break.
Fourth catch of the night. First and goal from the 7. Nathan Nickel in motion. Curtis Brown. Shoulder pads popping after a 1-yard gain. He ran into Desmond Bishop, the outstanding middle linebacker. Cal's leading tackler for the season. Second team All Pac-10. In his first year at Cal, he transferred in from City College of San Francisco. He played in one of the best junior college programs in the country. Joe Ayub was his teammate and quarterback on that junior college club.
He's led Cal in 7 of the 11 games in tackles.
They throw a lateral to the tight end, Harleen. Nice play, beautifully executed, and a touchdown for the Cougars.
Rushed up to the line of scrimmage, caught Cal not ready, threw the ball out quickly. Got a good block on the outside. But back in this.
From our angle, it looked like a lateral, but that was a forward pass, a touchdown pass. Caught by Harleen, officially 7 yards. Jared McLaughlin adds the extra point. And with a long way to go, most of the fourth quarter still remaining, BYU is back within 2 touchdowns. When you talk about programs with a history of great quarterbacks, it's hard to surpass the great quarterback history and tradition of BYU.
McMahon, Detmer, Robbie Bosco,
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Jared McLaughlin's kickoff. Boy, fielded and it looked like it might go out of bounds. Marcus O'Keefe picked it up and made a nice return out to the 24-yard line. Harleen made the tackle. Played as a redshirt freshman in '99 and as a sophomore in 2000. Then he went on a church mission to Milwaukee and came back and is now a senior. His brother Kalani was a fine fullback at BYU. Big third down play here. BYU trying to get the ball back. Lynch. And this time they do wrap him up for a loss back at the 49-yard line. Vince Fayula made the tackle. Steve Levy trying to stick his nose in to help with the block. Got thrown to the ground, and it was almost after the whistle.
Fayula is playing instead of Mania Brown, so he has big shoes to fill. That was a big play for this defense.
David Loney to punt. For an academic first-team All Pac-10 selection, majoring in American Studies. He's from Australia. You have to have at least a 3.0 GPA to be academic All-Conference. Very high punt. Ran softly at the 6 and is down at the 4-yard line. Thomas DeCou downed it, a 44-yard punt. Beautifully done by Loney. Welcome back to the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl. Sean McDonough, Mike Gottfried, and Alex Flanagan. BYU down by 2 touchdowns with the ball 9:59 to go. They're at their own 4-yard line. They throw a quick pass to Johnny Harleen, the tight end. Reminiscent of the play they scored the touchdown on in their last play from scrimmage. They got 7 to get them some working room. Harrison Smith, another tackle.
Need a big play out of a wide receiver. Todd Watkins is that guy. They get big chunks.
Harrison Smith has 12 tackles tonight for the Cal defense. He's almost the entire play clock. Beck throws short. Nathan Mickle breaks a tackle. And he's out to the 33-yard line. BYU has already had a 91 and a 92-yard touchdown drive tonight. They'll try to go 96. That play covered 22, first down.
First time Cal has missed a tackle, and Mickle picks up good yards after the miss by Harrison Smith.
He'll be a starter in years to come, playing behind some veterans this year. 3rd down and 10. Beck has his pass batted down and incomplete. Zach Follett again.
A big play by Zach Follett again to be in the face of John Beck.
Looks like they're going to go for the first down, Mike. Down by 2 touchdowns midway through the 4th quarter. Offense still on the field for Bronco Mendenhall. 4th down and a little over 10 yards to go.
I'm sure they feel they can't stop Cal's offense anyway. They need this first down.
They're 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. 7 out of 15 for the year. Watkins has one-on-one coverage. The bottom of your screen to the right, outside the picture. Beck has a man. It's a first down. Matt Allen wide open. Well beyond the first down marker. Loose coverage. Tim Mixon made the tackle, 19 yards. And hope is still alive in the BYU cheering section.
Really the only call to go for the first down because you can't stop Cal's offense. Matt Allen pushes off, gets separation, open for the first down against Mixon.
Allen is the cousin of Todd Heap, the outstanding tight end of the Baltimore Ravens. Matt Allen is an Eagle Scout, one of the 30 married players on the BYU team. Beck throwing it down a seam and a little too long for Matt Allen. Tim Mixon had much tighter coverage that time.
We talked about Gary Croton, and Gary Croton was the head football coach here at BYU. Bronco Mendenhall won a game on the road. He got home at about 2 a.m. in the morning. Got a call from Gary Croton, and Gary Croton congratulated him, and he really follows this football team. He wants them to do well. Shows a lot of class by Gary Croton.
And the players we talked to, BYU said they had a lot of respect for Gary Croton. They were just disappointed it turned out the way it did. 3 straight losing seasons and a lot of off-the-field problems. There's a formula to be dismissed. Curtis Brown the catch. It's another first down, down to the 20. BYU trying to drive and get within a touchdown with considerable time left. This drive started at their own 4-yard line.
They've been able to drive the football all night. Still a lot of time on the clock.
5 out of 7 on this drive. Beck has thrown for 318 yards in the game. His 11th career game of 300 yards passing, 7th this year. Dumps it short. Nice move by Mickle. Boy, he's been impressive after the catch tonight. His 10th catch, a late flag thrown as well, likely a face mask. But instead, it's a walk-off to the 6, first down and goal. 6.5 minutes to go. Brown in trouble and dropped for a loss. Outstanding play by Ryan Foltz, the outside linebacker, fifth-year senior, the only returning starter in the linebacker corps, and he started only 5 games last year. They didn't have any other linebacker on the team who had ever started a game.
You realize Ryan Foltz, who made that play, was an all-league volleyball player in high school.
And his brother plays volleyball at Penn State on their varsity team.
I knew you would know that.
Foltz graduated already with a 3.6 GPA, academic all-conference. Beck, a play-action fake. Beck running out of time. Throws across his body, deflected and incomplete. He's lucky to get away with that one. Desmond Bishop deflected it. Harleen, the intended receiver. There's an injured player on the field. The Cal defensive player. I believe it's Abu Ma'afala. It is number 43. So it gives both sides a chance to talk before a very important 3rd down and goal play from the 9-yard line. Big play here. 3rd down and goal from just inside the 10. 13th play of the drive that began at their own 4-yard line. Harleen, the tight end, split out to the right. They throw a fade for Harleen, and he couldn't quite catch it. Harrison Smith had the coverage. Been an excellent one-on-one battle, and a decision for Coach Mendenhall, and it looks like they're going to go for the touchdown, down by 2 touchdowns, under 6 minutes to go.
A good job defensively here. That's about as well as you can play it. Harrison Smith.
4th down and goal.
Better make sure they know where Harleen's at again.
In the same spot. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down tonight, including the big conversion at midfield earlier.
Brown can catch the ball in the backfield.
They're showing blitz. Beck stands in, throws. It's caught by Watkins. Looked like the defender had excellent position, and somehow the ball got through to Watkins. Tim Mixon, the defender, a 9-yard touchdown, capping a 96-yard drive. Their 3rd touchdown drive of the night of more than 90 yards.
Well, a good throw by John Beck, a good catch by Watkins, and a lot of time on this clock.
Jared McLaughlin to make it a 7-point game. Right down the middle. 5:35 to go. 14-play drive, 96 yards on the road trip. It took 4 minutes and 24 seconds. And the senior Watkins with the touchdown. One touchdown game, 5.5 minutes to go. And Jared McLaughlin fired up, booms a kickoff deep into the end zone, and Marcus O'Keefe will not run it out.
Here's where you have to sell the farm on defense is stop the run.
Marshawn Lynch hasn't been able to stop him much tonight. He gets ridden out of bounds.
You have to take a chance here. You have to load up the box. You got to lead DeSean Jackson one-on-one on the outside. Have to bring those linebackers up, a safety, and try to stop Lynch.
Nearly 900 yards of combined offense. Each team with all 3 timeouts left. Justin Forsett slithers for a first down. Down to the 37-yard line, tripped up by Spencer White. And this is exactly what Jeff Tedford had hoped for when they got the ball back. And now a timeout, I believe, has been called by BYU. It has. The first used by the Cougars. We'll return to Las Vegas in just a moment. 35-28. Cal with the ball and the lead. 3.5 to go. 2 timeouts left for BYU. 1st and 10 for Cal. Justin Forsett 3 yards away after that last carry. Now from 1,000 for the season, they'd have 2 1,000-yard rushers. Levy stumbled as he handed it off to Marshawn Lynch, who wisely goes down in bounds. Justin Robinson the tackle, and a timeout again called by BYU. With 3:22 to go. That could have been catastrophic for Cal had they had a malfunction at the junction on the handoff.
Quick timeout. Cal got penetration. Bronco Mendenhall selling out on defense now. Stop the run.
2nd and 10. Lynch again runs into traffic behind the line, gets away. They cannot get him on the ground. He stays in bounds and turns it into a gain to the 35-yard line. He picked up 2 and killed a lot of time, and he's slow to get up. Justin Maddox finally got him on the ground. Ben Gooch, Dustin Gabriel, Cameron Jensen, all whiffed.
Talented football team. A lot of skill on Cal's team.
Here's a big play for Jeff Tedford to the offense. I don't think they would try a field goal here, Mike. If they're stopped here, it'd be more than a 50-yarder.
You better make sure you keep Levy in the pocket because he's thrown that waggle pass and hit the fullback.
Lynch is out of the game. Forsett is in. They keep it on the ground with Forsett, and he gets a yard or 2. They'll mark him just shy of the 33-yard line. It would be a 50-yard field goal for Schneider, and the longest of his career is 49 yards. You could go for it on 4th down and about 6, or you could punt him in the corner. A lot of options here for Coach Tedford.
One thing, Jeff Tedford's going to use all this clock and wait till it counts down and call a timeout.
And that's what he's going to do. Sports Center coming up next with Stuart Scott and Neil Everett. Timeout. 2:26 to go.
So I think they're going to go for the field goal.
Is that because you see the kicker standing over there?
Yes, that's an observation that I just made.
Well, here comes Schneider. Now, a lot of teams also have the snap it to the kicker and have him pooch punt it down the field, too. This would be a 50-yard try. Joe Ayub, who's the backup quarterback now, 9 games started as the quarterback this year, is the holder. Schneider 9 for 15 with a long of 49 this year. They are going to attempt it. And he didn't get enough of it. It's short by about 5 yards. Hope is still alive for Bronco Mendenhall and the BYU Cougars. 2:20 to go.
No chance on this field goal. Just didn't hit it well enough. And BYU now with good field position.
And momentum on the side of the Cougars. They've scored 14 straight points after Cal ran off 21 points in a row to take a 3-touchdown lead. No timeouts, but they have gone more than 90 yards quickly 3 times tonight. Beck flushed, throws it to Curtis Brown. He gets a gain to the 40 and then gets out of bounds.
I think Colorado State's 110th in rush defense.
And Navy, a very good running team. The pass is caught, and Nickel lunges for the first down. Wrapped up by Brandon Hampton, the reserve defensive back. 5-yard gain. Clock stops to move the sticks. 2:06 to go.
John Beck, impressive. Good thrower, knows when to run the football.
Goes out of the gun, slings it out quickly to Johnny Harleen. Nice tackle in the open field by Damian Hughes. Flag down on the play. Play yielded only about 1 yard. I believe this is going to be the first penalty the second half against BYU after they were flagged 11 times in the first 30 minutes.
Illegal block in the back, number 1 on the offense. 10 yards remains, first down. Please.
Todd Watkins, the guilty party. Gil Gelke said please, but then his microphone's not functioning here. I think he wants them to adjust the clock. But if they can't hear him, it's hard to follow the command.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
John Beck tonight, 34 completions. That is a Las Vegas Bowl record. 347 yards passing, also the bowl record. Throw short. Nathan Nichols spun out of bounds by Harrison Smith. 1:39 to go.
Pick up for 4 yards on the play.
About 5 picked up on that play. And they need 15 more for a first down.
They'll give that throw all night. Mickle with the 6-yard catch. They will not give them the deep ball. They're going to have to get a catch, then run after the catch, yards after the catch.
Confusion. Beck gesturing Brown back and forth. He sets to the left of Beck. 4-man rush. They got to Beck. It's deflected. It flutters through the air. It's intercepted by Damian Hughes. And he's chopped down at the 44-yard line, and that should seal it for Cal. Beck's arm was hit as he delivered the football, and it was a duck that floated through the air. Philip Mbaku put the hit on the arm of Beck. And an 18-yard return by Damian Hughes.
It's happened twice tonight to John Beck.
And now Steve Levy will take a knee. Well, a hard-fought game throughout. Both teams play with great effort, and it's going to be a nice ending of the season for Cal with the promise, I think, of better things to come next year. An 8-win year this year, 8-4. This stands as it should, with a pretty young team.
I agree. They're going to be in the top 10 next year, and I moved them up from 20th to 10th tonight after seeing them.
BYU's season will end at 6-6. A similar story, a talented young team, a lot of their key players back next year, including the quarterback Beck, the running back Brown, the tight end Harleen. Lots of great individual performances tonight, but the Capital One player of the game is Marshawn Lynch. 194 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
A lot of guys, Sean. You could have picked 2. I know. I agree with your pick.
I didn't pick him.
Oh,
I was consulted on the pick by the committee in the truck.
DeSean Jackson, 2. Steve Levy.
John Beck and Harrison Smith on defense for Cal is all over the field. Steve Levy's 2-0 as the starter, and Jeff Tedford gets the Gatorade bath. The 14th Las Vegas Bowl. This year's version, the Pioneer Pure Vision Las Vegas Bowl, won by the California Golden Bears. They beat BYU 35-28.
Good job, man.
Sports Center comes your way next with Neil Everett and Stuart Scott. Now for Alex Flanagan, Mike Gottfried, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Sean McDonough saying good night and Merry Christmas, everyone, from Las Vegas, Nevada. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.